VIPs by name, but not VIPs by nature. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Entertainment, and today we're addressing the poll that we put up on the VIPs, and in general, we're just addressing the VIPs' involvement, you could say, over the entire Squid Game series, but we're going to focus on Season 3, and we're going to focus on the impact that they had, or should I say, the lack of impact they had, because honestly, man, it was non-existent. The only thing they really brought, the only thing they really added to Squid Game Season 3 was even more bad acting and even more bad dialogue on what we already had before they arrived.
It was the fly on top of the shite, so therefore not the cherry on top of the cake this time around. They were just brutal. The acting, like you said, I just don't understand it, man. And it's like, you know what? They were all of them were white. 4 out of the 5 were white. One of them was Korean. So what I don't understand
One of them belonged in the games.
What I don't understand...
Chinese, actually.
Right, okay. Well, they had a mask on, right? I couldn't tell. Anyway...
They took their mask off during the roundup.
Well, you know what? We'll see the 4 out of the 5 white guys. One of them could have been Russian. One of them could have been American. One of them could have been German. One of them could have been
To be fair,
French. I don't know what they were.
One of the white guys came out and said, I don't know why they made us look so bad.
But actor?
Aye.
Well, my point is... What was my point? We just went and talked... Aye, what was I going to say there about the VIPs, for fuck's sake? What was I going to say? I've completely fucking forgot.
He's lost, he's forgot, and you know what? They were very forgettable apart unless you focus on how bad they were. But we asked the question on Fog Entertainment, guys. If you haven't subscribed, then make sure you do it, and check out the community section, the post section, because we do have quite a lot of polls, and you guys can interact with us, so it's all good in the hood. But we did ask, did the VIPs add anything to the series in Season 3 of Squid Game? And there was only 19 votes. You guys need to up that. I mean, come on here. Trying to make a living on this channel. We need more than 19 votes, man.
This channel's dead.
Anyway, 37% said yes, they made it more interesting. 63% said no, they sucked. Now listen, I completely agree with the 63%, but I'm not going to sit here and be in denial or just act dumb. I can certainly see how adding a group of VIPs to the games and to the series can add a different element and can make things more fun, especially when you factor in they're betting on the games. You know, that can add certain things and that can make it better, but they didn't. I think it's a good idea, but very, very poorly executed.
My point was, you had a bunch of VIPs who first language was English. We listened to it in English dub, and they just sounded as shite as the Korean people who had English dubbed. It didn't make, and that to me,
I think they sounded way worse.
Yeah, but why? That just adds to the level of shit acting from them. Honestly, man. See when you're going to bring in VIPs, right? See with the first season, the show didn't have the exposure, maybe they didn't have the reach, right? See with this Season 3, they could have reached out to legit recognisable VIPs. I get it. Maybe some people didn't want to be associated with this like VIP Jeffrey Epstein kind of esque fucking level of like island shit here, but why did they literally hire 4 guys that looked like guys doing at the job centre?
Who would you have got? Harvey Weinstein, P. Diddy, couple more.
Well, I mean, they were tied up, man, weren't they? They were a bit busy.
I suppose they were, aye.
The point is, it's not like they whipped out Arnold Schwarzenegger and Stallone here. They whipped out not even guys that looked like them.
Definitely not. Listen, I think that there was potential for the VIPs to be good. I think it could have been interesting, but it really wasn't.
No, but who are they? Why not a bit of backstory into them? Here, this VIP is... you know, a Rothschild. This VIP is the fourth...
Why? Because I'm going to fucking say that, aren't they? Like...
No, but like the equivalent of it, like, here, this guy's the 4th richest guy in the world. This guy's got the business passed down from his dad. There's no background into him, and it's like, there's no conclusion to them. There's just 5 people doing bets. Me and you do bets. Do we deserve a spot in the show?
Yeah, it's like, their bets don't really play out into the game. It doesn't make any sense. Now, you could argue that one of them had bet on player 222, and then she died, and they kind of pushed for the baby to continue and whatnot, and you could argue that was an element of the VIPs mattering, but see, at the end of the day, see when the baby won, when player 2221 won, it had no influence, or it had nothing there was no consequences. It had no impact on the VIP or the end of the game.
And how did they get off the island, by the way? We didn't even see it. Nothing. No conclusion. Just, that's it. They looked at Ji-hun falling off, and there was like silence in the room, like they're almost showing a bit of empathy.
I mean,
no, you didn't show empathy when you put a fucking baby in.
Is there a way that the VIPs could have actually interacted with the games, like maybe chosen people's numbers or something like that, or had the ability to do something?
It was the exact same as season 1, minus the actual interesting plot with them. It was just crap. Didn't change things up or nothing. Just piss poor. But like you said, take them out. It doesn't. It's not like it fixes season 3.
I think it ruins it because you're cutting between the games and then these people.
Yeah.
And to me that takes you 1 minute you're involved and then you cut to the VIPs and you get like a minute or two of really bad acting.
An interesting one would have been like, say one of them bets on a number and he dies, and then he just puts all his money on someone to win, and then he's like, fuck, and then maybe the front man's like, here, you've put that much money on, if you lose, you owe me X amount of won, and if you lose, then you're getting put in the American version, something like that, something a bit of intrigue, man. But no, you get nothing, just 4 fucking jobbers, and then the woman speaks in like Chinese or Mandarin, and she's like, I'd rather drink with my footstool. It's like, what, is that supposed to burn? I need some fucking ointment for that.
Ooh.
I need hee-haw for that.
Aye, anyway guys, it wasn't very interesting. VIPs, I think there is potential to do something with it, but they've done nothing with it. It was just 5 people that acted really poorly, supposedly betting on the games while drinking champagne.
And what's the need of giving them masks? Oh, but look, they joined the maze game and the hide and seek game and they started dropping people. Who cares? That bit was cringe, wasn't it?
Yeah, just VIPs.
It was like when you see people that go like fox hunting and shit like that in real life. Oh,
yeah.
Like we're hunting people that are inferior to fucking bar the fuck out them, Ji-hun. But no, you jobbed it.
Aye, just and they got a happy ending. You know, they got away with it. They got off the island. So just annoying. Anyway, guys, that's it. Let us know your thoughts down below. We'll catch you in the next one. Till then, peace.